wasn't going to say anything about the Jeff Teague podcast clip that came out about Angel Reese, because if I'm honest, like, I'm just so tired of like giving Black men that think that way a platform. Like, I'm tired of even like needing to acknowledge that conversations need to be had within the Black community. Like, this is like, their comments were offensive to Angel, to Black women, to players in the WNBA, all of those things. And it's just like, I'm just so tired of it. And the thing is that I understand that there's nothing that I can say, there's nothing that anybody can say, there's no amount of backlash that will ever deplatform these people. But at the same time, I think that it's fair to acknowledge that it sucks to see those 4 Black men sit up there and say that about another Black woman.
It never fails me. I don't know why people always want to resort to, regardless of where your opinion lies. And I always like to give credit to the content creators, so I'm always going to link back in the description. I'm not sure why people believe that it's necessary to deplatform somebody because you're offended or you don't agree with what somebody else is saying. That is not the solution. If you don't like it, you know what you can do? You can tune into something different. You can watch something different. You can close your computer. You can cut your phone off. You can go and watch something that you know what I'm saying? Something completely on a whole nother wave, the complete opposite. You can go and look at some podcasts that worship Angel Reese, for example. But why do people want to cancel free speech? You know, there's tons of people that I don't agree with, even those that do videos on me and say, hey, I don't agree with Anton. But guess what I don't do? I don't want to deplatform them. I don't want to remove them from being able to do whatever it is that they want to do or say what they want to say, because conversely, if somebody disagrees with me, I wouldn't want them to feel like I need to be removed just because they disagree with it. You see what I'm saying? So it's always this liberal mindset, this female feminism liberal mindset that says, if I don't like what you say or I don't like what you do, then we need to figure out or have a conversation about deplatforming you because I didn't like the guests that came on your platform. Now, I seen the video of Charleston White. I actually did a review video of it, of Charleston White talking on Jeff Teague's platform. Number one, Charleston wasn't wrong. Everything that Angel Reese does would lead you to believe that she is less interested in what you do on the basketball court and more interested in making sure that she build up a following and try to sexualize herself and be hypocritical and getting offended about it. And then y'all are more offended about it than she is offended about it because you want to lean into this feminism mindset, but people usually get criticized when they're in the court of public opinion. NBA players get criticized. I just got done watching a video of a guy talking about how Paul George was absolute trash and he destroyed him in every single way. And he wasn't wrong because, in my opinion, Paul George has stolen hundreds of millions of dollars because he has not proved his worth. And he went from playoff P to podcast P, and he's over there over talking, and now he's getting killed in the media in Philadelphia. And I see zero people complaining on behalf of Paul George saying, oh, no, because he's a man. Oh, no, because he has a podcast. Oh, no. You know what happens? Deal with it. And so now we're overly sensitive to where people are literally, you have women are calling for the deplatforming of Jeff Teague because they allowed for somebody else to have an opinion in which Jeff Teague and all of the rest of the people that was on the platform didn't even say anything negative. And Charleston was right. It's absolutely true. It's crazy, man.
It sucks to know that there are so many people out there who won't actually publicly say those things, but do think that way, or will say it in their smaller friend group. There's nothing that was said during that podcast, nothing that's been being said on Black Twitter and on Black TikTok,
Black TikTok,
that is being productive anymore at this point. Like, this conversation is just going to start the cycle of everything that we talk about every 60 days, which is somebody talks about a Black woman in their body or a decision that they made. And so then that leads to a conversation about how much sex people are having.
When you put the information out there, when you shake your butt on Nick Cannon's stage, when you over-sexualize yourself, when You mic yourself up, and then you talking about Meg the Stallion, who is over sexualized and promote this promiscuous behavior. What did you think was going to happen? You thought that everybody was just only supposed to shut up and then talk when they agree with you, and that's the only the end. No, that's not how it works. It works that people can then have an opinion that may be different from yours. And when you lead with sexuality, similarly to how men lead with their money, people are able to say yay or nay, I agree or I disagree with you. And it doesn't mean that you're a victim. It means that you're making a whole lot of money and creating a whole lot of visibility for yourself, and you're actually going to benefit from it. But if it's not in your favor, then you're going to get these women that then turn into feminism, that lead with their emotions to try to deplatform you, and they say that it's not productive. What's not productive if you led, you were leading with sexuality in the first place. But I see no criticism of that. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
And calling people sluts and whores and degrading them for making their own decisions with their bodies. And then that turns into a conversation about, oh, this is why I don't date within my race. And this is why I'm not starting a family and blah, 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 blah. And that leads to a whole conversation about black men. And then that turns into black men talking about their mental health and how nobody cares about it. And I'm going to be really honest with you. It's likely that people aren't taking that seriously because y'all cause so much damage to other people
So our mental health is not taken seriously. And she just minimized the mental health concerns of black men, which is basically the determination of whether or not black women is going to succeed. And she is trying to justify it by saying that black men as a whole cause so much damage to everybody else. You couldn't be any more wrong. Statistically, the data doesn't support you. The conversations that's being communicated it needs to be taken serious instead of just operating in an echo chamber. Everything that she says is wrong. Everything that she's saying right now. And she'll lead you to believe that she's having an intelligent conversation when in reality, she's wrong. She's wrong as two left shoes.
you're hurting on the inside. That's really just what that's coming down to. And obviously, I'm not talking about all black men. This is a generalized statement. But there are so many men who will not openly have these conversations within their friend group and won't call out their friends, won't call out coworkers, won't call out the guys they play pickup with. And then this constant cycle keeps continuing. And
man, stop talking about that woman over there, man. You know you over-sexualizing her. Hey, check up. 3 feet, no check, man. Hey, man, back up. Got him. Dog, you play defense like a girl. Hey, man, hey. Don't ever disrespect women like that. I play defense like a girl is a compliment.
Wonder why your sons like y'all don't even let your sons be emotional. You don't let young black men have feelings. You don't talk about your feelings. You don't do any of these things. And then you go and start degrading women, and it just complete the same cycle over and over and over again. And I just
but they can drop WAP though, right? What AP? Yeah, I got you.
So are you guys not tired of that? Like, I get so tired. It's always and people will talk about, black community, we need to be a community again. There are problems beyond, there are so many problems that there's no amount of community that can fix some of this stuff. And I get it. It's society. It's the patriarchy. It's all of these things. But this is really just coming down to, we need to care about each other. And then that needs to be the hard line.
Nope. You need to stop putting out the P and then expecting us to support your feminist ways and agenda. And we need to start shaming people for the things that they putting out there instead of just supporting all of this degenerate behavior, which is one of the reasons why black culture is trash in the first place. That's the hard line. And it's a war. It is absolutely a war. It's going to remain a war until people get in line and stop trying to justify the bad behavior of women and trying to shame men for calling it out. You can't silence us anymore, and neither can you deplatform us from your feminist ways and this movement that comes along with not supporting free speech. That's the hard line.
If you care about one another, if we care about one another, we aren't having these conversations publicly. We aren't degrading each other on the internet. We aren't saying this, that, and the third about somebody that we don't know. It starts with the way that we think about ourselves and we think.
Nah, I'm not feeling it, but I want to know what y'all think. And again, I always like to give credit to the content creator, so that link is going to be back down in the description. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description of the video. Teague Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm interested in hearing what y'all got to say.